everybody. Welcome to the Division II North semifinal softball game. Tonight's game between the Wildcats of Wilmington and the Dracut Middies here at Richardson Middle School here in Dracut. It's a beautiful night for softball. Wilmington comes in with a record of 13 wins, 7 losses. Dracut comes in at 15-5. It's going to be a good game tonight. My name is Chris Neville. I'll be pinch hitting for Larry Gordon. On camera and producing, directing tonight is Adam Dusenberry. Welcome to WCTV. We'll be right back with the opening lineups and the beginning of tonight's game right after this.
Coverage of the spring sports season on WCTV is brought to you in part by our business partners, including the Self-Defense Institute, located at the MGM Plaza in Tewksbury, White's Physical Therapy, located on Burlington Ave, right in the center of Wilmington, and Lori Toll, an independent director with Pampered Chef. Online at pamperedchef.biz/Lori Toll.
Welcome back to Wilmington Community Television's broadcast of tonight's Division II North semifinal softball game between the Dracut Middies and the Wilmington Wildcats. I'd like to thank you for all joining us tonight. Wilmington comes in as the number 7 seed in the bracket. Dracut comes in as the number 5 seed, if I remember my brackets correctly. My name is Chris Neville. I'm filling in for Larry Gordon tonight, who's got a work commitment. I'm sure he'd much rather be at the game tonight, but we'll see how things go calling our first baseball game. Right now the teams are being introduced on the field. We'll give you the starting lineup for the Wildcats, who are the visiting team tonight. First batter for the Wildcats will be shortstop Dana Goulet. Ryan Bailey plays left field. She'll be batting second. Tony Karen is the first baseman, batting third. Allie Moran is the pitcher and the cleanup hitter. Should be batting fourth. Adele Burton batting fifth, third base. Liz Gordon, second baseman, is sixth. Kayla Burrell is the center fielder, batting seventh. Aaliyah Tang is tonight's catcher, batting eighth. And Gianna Bernetto is the right fielder. She'll be hitting ninth. Wildcats will be facing one of the best pitchers in the state, Riley White. Very accomplished pitcher. The Wildcats are lined up on the third base line, and now the Dracut High team will be introduced. Emily Ninto is one of their reserves. Kaylee Brule, number 5 for the Middies. Kylie Cordero, number 4. Sarah Picard, number 15, and number 11, Alexia Supernon. That's the bench for the Middies. Now the starting lineup. Center fielder Nadia Sari, number 24. Second batter for them will be the third baseman Amy Lupia, number 10. Catcher Sabrina Morse is number 9. Once again, all-star pitcher number 16, Riley White. Third base, Kayla Tyler. Second baseman, number 29, Jill Gomes. First baseman is Gabby Pluff, number 28. Right fielder is Isabel Page, number 9, and number 18, Alicia O'Connell, is the left fielder. It is a beautiful night for softball under the lights here in Dracut. Looking forward to a very good game. 4th year in a row for the Wildcats to qualify for the state tournament. They have their hands cut out for them tonight. Dracut is coming in as the defending Division II state champion, so it should be a lot of experience on their side of the base paths. And we'll see how the game progresses tonight. Just a reminder, if you're watching us on WCTV or online, you're always welcome to come down and join the organization. We're always looking for volunteers to cover games such as this. I know there'll be a crew out tomorrow doing the boys baseball game. And then we'll be back again in the fall with football and some of the other athletic events, maybe some of the track and field events, field hockey. whatever we can get in, depends on the coverage around town. But once again, we have the equipment. We'll show you how to use it. We'll let you borrow it for free. And especially you parents of either student athletes or fine arts performers, we'd love to have you get involved down here at the studio to showcase your kids. WCTV just gave out 6 scholarships, $6,000 in scholarships last Friday night to members of the Wilmington High School community. Scholarships totaling $6,000, courtesy of not only the ratepayers, but through the efforts of the board of directors and the staff at Wilmington Community Television. First batter tonight is the shortstop, Dana Goulet, senior. Had a great season. Solid both offensively and defensively. You're still watching Riley White warm up on the mound. I was down on the field a little bit before the game, and Riley has quite a repertoire of pitches. Very fastball. Audrey Cabral-Pini, the coach for the Wildcats, was saying that one thing that the team has to be cautious of is the rising pitch. So we'll see what she has in store for the Wildcats here tonight. So Dana steps up to the plate. Wildcats are coming in riding a 7-game winning streak, finishing the season at 13-7. It was a little rocky there for a while, but playing much better the last 2 or 3 weeks. And here's the first pitch of the game. It's going to be low in the dirt, ball 1. And the ball is popped up to the second baseman on the right side of the field there, who takes it. 1 out. Ryan Bailey steps in, junior. Number 14, the left fielder for the Wildcats. Pitch, strike 1. Ryan's got a little bit of pop in her bat. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Field is playing straight away for Ryan. And that's outside, ball 1, 1-2. Riley White looks in. Pitches, strike 3, swinging. Ryan Bailey strikes out. That was probably the rise that Coach Cabral-Pini was talking about. Very difficult to get around on that. So 2 down for the Wildcats. And here comes first baseman Tony Kieran, number 9. Pitch is low and inside, ball 1. And there's a nice hit to center field. It's going to be over the head of the center fielder. Rounding first, going to second base, and Tony gets in there with a stand-up double. Ball was hit very, very well over the head of the center fielder, Nadia Shari, out in center. She brings up cleanup hitter and pitcher Ellie Moran, number 13 for the Wildcats. Tough sun out there in left field and center field right now as the sun is coming down over the building. Got a little delay here. We have a very good crowd on hand, and they're asking some of the people that are watching the ball game down the third baseline to move a little bit further out of the field of play down there by the left field line, down by the fence out there. So Tony Karen at second base, Allie Moran steps in, and it's strike one. Another fastball swing and a miss, coming to third base, and she slides in safely. Tony Karen was a little bit late arriving, but the third baseman dropped the ball as the ball arrived. So we have a runner at third with 2 strikes on the batter and 2 out. Top of the first inning. And strike 3 called. So the Wildcats are held scoreless in the top of the first inning, and we'll be back for the bottom of the first inning right after this. Okay, just about ready for the bottom of the first inning here in Dracut. Fairly quick 4-up for the Wildcats in the top of the inning, led by a well-struck double by Tony Karen. But Riley White put the Wildcats away with a couple of quick strikeouts right after that. Allie Moran is on the mound for the Wildcats. If this game goes true to fashion and the girls play good defense, this could be a real pitcher's duel. First batter up for the Middies this afternoon, Nadia Shari, the center fielder. Middies are led by first-year head coach April Erringis. At least I hope that's how she pronounces her last name. If not, I'll hear about it. Shari steps in. First pitch is a little bit high and inside, ball 1. And there's a strike right over the middle of the plate, 1-1. There's a little pop-up. It's going to be played safe. She beat it out. It was played by Allie, who threw it over to Liz Gordon, who was covering first base, but the ball hit the ground and she beat it out for an infield hit. Brings up third baseman Amy Lupian. It's one of those plays I'm sure Coach Cabral-Pini would like to have back to try to make a play on that. A little bit outside, ball 1. Looked like she was going to square around a bunt. Ball was a little bit high, so it's ball 2. As I mentioned earlier, there's a good crowd here tonight. I'd say at least a couple hundred people watching this Division II North softball playoff game. Pitch, he bunts it foul, and Aaliyah Tang made a good effort at it. Ball was just out of her reach, so it's 2-1. See if the bunt is still on here to try to move the runner up. She swings away. It's a pop-up in the infield. Shortstop Dana Goulet takes the ball in for the put-out. Runner holds at first base. One down. Brings up catcher Sabrina Morse. Sabrina's the catcher for the Middies. We have a timeout again on the field. I'm not sure what we're... Yeah, they're asking these people to move in again a little bit. You know, it's not like it's overly crowded here today. There is room, but a lot of good views right down that left field line. Okay, so Sabrina Morse, the catcher, up. Takes ball one. Look to be a little bit high and inside. The pitch is a change up, also a little bit low and outside, 2-0. Adele Burton, third base, is playing very tight. Looking for the possibility of a bunt again. This one's a little bit high. The runner goes down to second base, slides in safely. Close play. Liz Gordon took the throw down at second base. Ball was in the dirt a little bit. It made it a little bit difficult for Aaliyah to get the ball out and down to second base. So the ball, I think it's still 2-0. Pitch to Morris is a strike called. Runner holds at second base. And the pitch is ball 4. Puts runners at first and second. And it brings up the pitcher and the cleanup hitter, Riley White. Number 16 for the Middies. So 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the first inning. Pitch, strike 1. And the pitch swung and fouled off to the backstop. 0-2. So Allie Moran looks in. The pitch, popped up foul to the right side, out of play. So their count remains 0-2. And the pitch gets a little bit outside. Obviously, we're sitting up in the third base stands. The pitch looked like the height was good. It must have been a little bit outside the strike zone. 1-2. Moran looks in, let's go. Popped up again short. Played. Played by Adele Burden, who threw the ball over to first base, see if she could catch the runner off the base, but she was not. So we have 2 outs now for the Middies in the bottom of the first inning. Brings up Kayla Tyler, the third baseman. And that's strike called. Nadia Sari, the runner at second, is getting some good leads off of second base. I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to make it in a steal here. Pitch is swung and missed, swung and fouled off to the backstop, 0-2. So Allie's trying to bear down here and get herself out of an early first inning jam. And the pitch is fouled off again. Count remains 0-2. Ball's taking a beating on the backstop. And the pitch is, ooh, must be outside. Runners hold up. Nice changeup by Allie. Had Kayla Tyler looking, and she wasn't able to swing the bat around, but it was a little bit outside. 1-2. Allie looks in, gets the sign. The pitch, fastball right in down the middle of the plate. The third out. So after the first inning, we have no score going into the top of the second. Once again, if you're watching us, we'd love to have you come down to the studio on Waltham Street in Wilmington. Only a limited amount of people here working here for pay, so most of us are volunteers. We'd love to have an opportunity to cover your kids. Sometimes the only way to get your kids coverage is to have you step up and provide that coverage for them. Whether your kids are possibly out injured, maybe you could step up and man a camera while your kids are sick or injured, or they could provide some color commentary for some of these games. If you haven't already noticed, this game is being covered in beautiful blue and blue in living color, but both teams have the exact same color scheme tonight. So as people are running around the bases and running around the field, it's not always easy to figure out which team you're looking at. So if we make a mistake on some of the calls, bear with us, because everything is almost identical. So we're almost ready for the second inning here. Stepping in for the Wildcats is third baseman Adele Burton, number 2. Allie Moran did a nice job pitching out of trouble here in the first inning. Can't say any of the balls were hit very hard. Just one little pop-up to the infield and a walk. There's a pop-up out of play to the right, up against the school. 0-1. Adele swings and misses for strike 2. White looks in, let's go, and that was a little bit low. And the pitch fouled off. She's got a piece of it. Count remains 1-2. Just noticing the catcher for the Middies is left-handed, Serena Morse. Strike 3 called. So Adele strikes out, brings up second baseman Liz Gordon. That's 3 strikeouts so far for Riley White on the mound for the Middies. Liz, number 7, solid defensively and offensively for the Wildcats this year. That's a called strike, I guess down by the knees. pitch is laced to the shortstop, picked up, thrown to first base, a little bit low, but played well. Amy Lupian at short made the play over to first base, so Liz is out. 2 outs for the Wildcats. Brings up number 11, Kayla Burrell, center fielder. Pitch is a little bit high. Kayla's shown the ability to lay down a bunt here and there during the course of the season. Become very accomplished at it. Third baseman is playing back even with the bag. There's the pitch, and a little bit high again, so it's 2-0. Pitch is a strike. Right down the middle of the plate, 2-1. Kayla steps back in. White looks in for the sign. She lays down a bunt, and it's going to be caught by the pitcher, Riley White, for the 3rd out of the inning. So, quick 3 up, 3 down for the Wildcats. Going into the bottom of the 2nd inning. Okay, we're back for the bottom of the 2nd inning now. Adam Dusenberry showing the crowd here, especially down the 3rd base line. Once again, a very good crowd for a Division II softball game here tonight. So Allie Moran's back on the mound for her 2nd inning. A little bit of trouble in the 1st with a little bloop base hit and a walk. But she was able to get out of it with a pop-up and a strikeout to end the 1st inning. Leadoff batter for the Middies in the 2nd inning, number 29, the 2nd baseman, Jill Gomes. Allie looks in, delivers the pitch, a little bit high, ball 1. And there's a swing and a foul to the backstop, 1-1. Gomes digs in, swing and a miss, strike 2. Allie seems to be finding her niche a little bit right now. And the pitch is fouled off toward the grandstand here over our head. Out of play. Count remains at 1-2. Allie looks in, the pitch is fouled off again. So the batters are getting a little wax at the ball, but so far they haven't put a ball in play beyond the pitcher's mound. As the pitch is fouled back again. That was one of those, they were very fortunate that you didn't have to call Geico. Parking lot directly behind home plate over here. Is the pitch, pounded foul off to the left. Down by the Wildcat bench, dugout. So Jill is giving Allie a run for her money here. She's fouled off 4 pitches so far. The count is still 1-2. Pitch is just outside, ball 2. Timeout called by the batter. Sun is down over the adjacent school here, so it's no longer a factor for the outfielders. Got ball 3, full count. Nobody out, bottom of the 2nd inning, no score here at Dracut. Pitch is strike 3, unable to hold up. Good pitch by Allie. 2 strikeouts in a row, and it brings up first baseman Gabby Plouffe, number 28. Once again, Adele Burton is playing in close at third base. Pitch, swing and a miss. I'm not sure if she was completely fooled on the pitch, but kind of a tentative swing there. 0-1 to Plouffe. Another foul behind the plate. A real quick 0-2. And the pitch is strike 3 called. Nice pitch by Allie Moran, 3rd K in a row. Brings up number 9, right fielder Isabel Page. Okay, maybe it's number 7, Isabel Page. Allie steps on the rubber. And the pitch, strike 1. Definitely finding her range. And the pitch, a little bit high, 1-1. Ryan Bailey's playing pretty deep out in left field here. Pitch is fouled back into the crowd. Looks like it's going to roll up to Pelham, New Hampshire, through the parking lot. 1-2. That's a little bit high and outside. Ball 2. Just foul tipped, back to the screen again. So Page hangs in there. Coach Pini calls the outfielders in a little bit. Pitch is a swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts in the inning. 4 in a row for Allie Moran. After the 2nd inning, score remains Wilmington nothing, Dracut nothing. Once again, we want to thank the athletic department of Wilmington High School for being cooperative with our game planning here at Wilmington Community Television. Tim Alberts, the athletic director, making sure we have schedules for all the playoffs. The winner of tonight's game should go on to face Gloucester at a time and date to be determined, possibly later this week, possibly beginning of next week. And if at all possible, we'll try to arrange coverage of that game for you as well if it happens to involve the Wildcats. If it's the Middies in Gloucester, we're probably not going to be there. I know Adam Dusenberry, our producer-director, will not be there. I can guarantee you of that. So, all right, so we're ready for the top of the third inning. Number 9 hitter for the Wildcats, Alicia O'Connell. I'm sorry. Let's make it the number 7 hitter for the Wildcats, Aaliyah Tang. Number 8 hitter, the catcher, number 5 from the left-hand side. She moves up on the ball, takes it for a low and outside, ball 1. Leah has nice form at the plate. She lays down a bunt down the third baseline. It's played, thrown wide, and she is safe at first base. Gabby Plouffe played the, Kayla Tyler played the ball over at third base. The ball got to the base just about the same time as the runner. I'm not sure if they're going to call it a base hit or an error. We'll give her a base hit on that, since we're not going to have any official score by the time this game is over. So Aaliyah is at first base, brings up Emily Wright, designated play, lays down another bunt, sacrifice, throws the ball at first, moves Aaliyah back to first base. She gets back to the second base. She made a wide turn down there, but Emily did her job. Emily Wright laid down the quick bunt. So now the Wildcats have a runner at second base with 1 out. Brings up the number 1 hitter, the Dana Goulet, shortstop. Strike 1. She hits it to the second baseman, and it's a double play. Line drive. Nice play by Jill Gomes at second base. Threw it over to the shortstop covering for a double play. Okay, we're back for the bottom of the third inning now. Still no score up here in Dracut. Allie Moran coming off a string of 4 strikeouts in a row as the Middies come up in the bottom of the third inning. Close play at second base on the double play at the end of the last half inning. Ball was well hit to the second baseman, but Jill Gomes made a nice play on it. Tossed the ball back to Kayla Tyler, I believe, who was covering. They were able to beat Aaliyah Tang back to second base. So bottom of the third, first batter for the Dracut Middies is number 18, Alicia O'Connell, the left fielder. And that's outside, ball one. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And there's a line drive down the left field line. Fair ball. Thrown back into second base to Jill Gordon. Ryan Bailey played the ball out in left field, held it to a single. Brings up the leadoff hitter, Nadia Sari. She swings away, and it's going to be another infield hit. Second one of the day that really didn't get beyond the pitcher's mound. Little pop-up. Puts runners at first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Brings up third baseman Amy Lupian. A little bit of a no man's land over there between the home plate and first base on these little bloops that are falling in for the middies. Dana Goulet cheating over from the shortstop position to cover third base as once again Adele Burton is playing shallow, looking for a bunt. Opens up the middle of the infield. It's going to be high. Gets ball two. Oh, Allie pitched out of danger in the first inning. Let's see how she does here in the third. Pitch is strike one, 2-1.
Come on, Adele.
Wildcats vulnerable here to a pass ball or a pitch in the dirt. Could open up the opportunity for the runners to move up. Nobody out. Pitch, a bunt down the third baseline. Play is to third base. A nice tag. Dana Goulet made a great play. The ball was a little bit high on the throw. Adele Burton made a nice play down the line. Threw it a little bit high, and Dana was able to slap the tag on the runner coming in. So there is one out now. Runners still at first and second base. Fielder's choice for Lupian. Brings up number 9, Sabrina Morse. Another foul back and a nice catch by one of the fans about 40 yards behind the play. Oh, and 1 to Sabrina Morse. Allie's pitch, ground ball to third, and another force play. And actually, the ground ball was to Dana Goulet, the shortstop. She made the play over to Burton for another force play, another fielder's choice. So now we have 2 out. And we continue to flirt with danger here. But it brings up the cleanup hitter and pitcher, Riley White. Number 16, 2 down, 2 runners on. The pitch, a little bit high, ball 1. Riley popped out to the third baseman her first time up. Pitch is popped up again to the catcher. And Aaliyah Tang grabs it right around home plate, and Allie is able to get out of the inning We're going to stop now, take a break. We'll be back at the beginning of the fourth inning right after this.
Spring sports coverage on WCTV is sponsored in part by the Self-Defense Institute, located in the MGM Plaza in Tewksbury, next to the post office. The center encourages students to play sports during all seasons and then cross-train in the martial arts to increase stamina, balance, flexibility, focus, and confidence. You can learn more at tsdionline.com.
Okay, welcome back. We're at the top of the fourth inning. The Wildcats are up. Still no score here. The Division II North semifinal softball game between the Middies of Dracut and the Wilmington Wildcats. Ryan Bailey will be leading off for the Wildcats. She struck out her first time up. Pretty good defensive play by both teams so far. I think the Wildcats have been held to, I think, just 2 hits. Assuming the official score will give Aaliyah Tang a base hit on her shot down the third baseline. And I think 3 hits so far for the Middies. Pitch to Bailey is a little bit over the inside corner of the plate, strike. Is White's pitch, swing and a miss. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Okay, first baseman Tony Karen is up. She rocketed the ball to center field her first time up. Walked into second base with a stand-up double. And the outfield is shifting as we speak. Popped up behind the plate onto the roof of the building. So I'm guessing that might be a ball that we don't get back. Oh, and 1. Nice pitch, strike 2 called. Riley White has a very heavy fastball. Girls are having a hard time getting around on it. Pitch is popped up to the right, out of play. Count remains 0-2. And it's popped up again over to the right side, off the school. I hope their insurance is paid up here at Dracut. It's at least the third or fourth ball that's bounced off or either onto the roof or onto the front of the building. And the pitch is strike 3 called. So consecutive strikeouts for Riley White. Brings up the Wilmington cleanup hitter, Ellie Moran. Struck out her first time up. Swing and a miss. Foul tip, catcher caught it. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And White is finding her heat now. Strike 3 called. 3 up, 3 down for the Wildcats, 3 Ks. So after 3.5 innings, still no score. We'll be back for the bottom of the fourth inning right after this. Want to congratulate all of our graduating seniors on the Wildcat girls softball team. Had a pretty good career, 4 years in a row. They made the playoffs. Very solid group. And I'm not going to embarrass myself since I don't have an actual roster to make sure I get all of them. So I'll just congratulate them all collectively. Great day last Sunday, graduation at the high school. And I know quite a few of them received athletic or academic awards, scholarships on Friday night as well. So Allie's warming up. Leadoff hitter for the middies at the bottom of the fourth inning is third baseman Kayla Tyler. Looks like we're finally in store for some good weather here for the next week, week and a half. So any of the playoff teams that continue to stay in the running, we shouldn't have any cancellations. So third base, Kayla Tyler, number 26, steps in against Allie Moran. Allie got out of trouble there in the bottom of the third inning. 2 on with no out. She was able to retire 3 batters in a row. Ball 1, swing, and is caught by Dana Goulet, backing up at shortstop. Nice play by Dana. Ball was almost over her head. She backed up and with the webbing of her glove, grabbed it in. Nice play. 1 away for Dracut. Brings up second baseman Jill Gomes, number 29. Calls timeout. Good pitching and defense usually pays off. Fouled off to the left side behind the Wilmington dugout. Because if we get to the 7th inning and there's still scoreless, we'll be here because there's lights. I guess we'll have to wait until the end. 0-1 to Gomes. Pitch, strike 2. 1-2. And the pitch is just outside, ball 1, ball 2. 2-2. And the ball is popped up in the infield, and it falls safely. That's one Coach Cabral-Pini probably wishes she had back. That was a playable ball by the catcher and the first baseman. So the count remains 2-2. Another life for Jill Gomes. Allie looks in. And the pitch is a swing and a miss. Nice change up by Allie. Gomes strikes out for the second time. That brings up Gabby Plouffe, the first baseman. Gabby also struck out her first time up. Coach Cabral-Pini is placing her outfielders, pushing them over a little bit to the right, fouled off. Gabby got around pretty well in that ball. Swing and a miss on a changeup, strike 2. Good pitch by Allie. 0-2. And a swing and a miss on another changeup. 3 up, 3 down for the middies at the bottom of the 4th inning. Wildcats coming up in the 5th. No score. June 7th. Beautiful night in Dracut, but starting to cool off a little, and some of our fans are bringing out the blankets and the jackets. Wind picking up a little bit, coming out of the maybe the northwest. What do you think? Should we get the meteorology report, Adam? So leading off for the Wildcats in the top of the 5th inning, number 2, third baseman Adele Burton, who's played a good solid game so far at third base. Struck out her first time up. Liz Gordon on deck, followed by Kayla Burrell. Let's see if the Wildcats can get anything jump-started here, getting well into the game. Line drive into right field. That's going to be a foul ball. Boy, that was close to the line. Couldn't pick it up from here, but the umpire, first base umpire, was right on the play. Couldn't have been fouled by more than an inch or two. Got good wood on it. Pitch is now popped up foul out of play to the right. Nice catch by one of the fans over on the far side. Oh, and 2. She's hitting the ground to second base, picked up, thrown, 1 away. Jill Gomes picked it up, tossed it over to Gabby Plouffe at first. Burton grounds out, 4-3. Brings up Liz Gordon, number 7, second baseman. Strike 1 called on the inside corner. See if Jill can turn on one of these pitches and make her father proud. Ground ball up the middle, played by a second baseman again. Another put out at first base, another 4-3. Quick 2 up, 2 down for the Wildcats. Kayla Burrell steps into the plate, number 11. Popped up to the pitcher her first time up. Strike 1. She pops it up to the right side, out of play in the infield, and it's caught by the first baseman. Gabby Plouffe takes it in, pop up P3. Once again, 3 up, 3 down for the Wildcats. We're going into the bottom of the 5th inning, still no score. Couple of events coming up in town. Don't forget, if you're watching this before, I guess it'll be next weekend, Relay for Life next Friday night, Wilmington High School. Raising a lot of money for cancer awareness, helping those that are survivors of that terrible disease. Always a great turnout overnight by the students. And Wilmington Community Television will be covering the early festivities of that live on WCTV on Comcast 38. Verizon 9 maybe. Adam thinks so. If you do all your dial switching on the lower end of the dial or you go online, you'll be able to see it live. So at the bottom of the 5th inning here for the Middies, first batter up Isabel Page, the right fielder, number 7. First pitch is a little bit outside and high, ball 1. Relay program I was just talking about goes all night long. A lot of money is raised. Fouled off into the Wilmington dugout. 0-2. If you can possibly make it, if not for the whole night, one thing not to miss is the survivors walk, where all the cancer survivors take a lap around the football field. Very moving, touching experience. 0-2 to Page, and it's strike 3 called. That's, well, I could have sworn that was 3. 2 strike 2. Adam tells me strike 2. I guess I'm getting distracted. All right. 2-2. All right. Adam's pulling double duty with the scoreboard and the camera tonight, and the production, and all the equipment. Swing and fouled off behind the plate. Count remains 2-2. So far tonight, Alley's only given up 3 hits. Man, must have been outside. Full count now, 3-2. 3 hits for the Middies. 2 of them haven't even gone by the pitcher's mound. And it's a swing and a miss. Ball is dropped by the catcher, thrown down to first. Put out, so a strikeout for the pitcher, an assist for the catcher, and a put out by the first baseman. I'm just going to call it a K. Brings up the number 9 hitter for Dracut, Alicia O'Connell, their left fielder. 1 down, bottom of the 5th. Good defensive game, good pitching on both sides. Strike 1. Alley's now won another strikeout run of 3. Gives her 7 for the game. Ground ball, foul ball. Del Burton made a nice play right on the line. Ball must have just barely gone over. Called foul by the home plate umpire. The count is 0-2. And the pitch is a little bit high and outside. 1-2, 1 out. Bottom of 5, no score. And okay, the home plate umpire deferred to the first base umpire as to whether or not that was a swing or not. It was ruled a check swing. Outside, 2-2 is the count. Connell swings and misses, strike 3. Alley's got another 4-bagger in a row. 2 down. Come back to the leadoff hitter Nadia Sari. Center fielder who thus far is 2 for 2. And she laces it into right field, 3 for 3. Close play at first base. Nice play by the right fielder, Gianna Brunetto, who almost threw her out at first base on the line drive. Gets credit for another single, 3 for 3 for Nadia. So we have two outs, 1 on, brings up third baseman Amy Lupian. Pitch, runner goes down to second, slides in safely. Timeout. Ball was a little bit high, 1-0. Wouldn't be surprised if the middies try to move that runner over to third base. Once again, Goulet will be covering third while Adele Burton plays in close. I think we had ball 2 on that. And the pitch is fouled off. Check swing. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Little ground ball to the second baseman. Gordon picks it up, throws it on to first base. Tony Caron makes the play, and the Wildcats are out of another inning. We'll be right back after 5, no score here at Dracut.
Spring sports coverage on WCTV is sponsored in part by Lori Toll, an independent director with Pampered Chef, who can help Wilmington families find recipes and products that provide mealtime solutions that fit your lifestyle. Lori can even help you host a cooking class for your children or friends. Online at pamperedchef.biz/Lori Toll.
Spring sports coverage on WCTV is sponsored in part by White's Physical Therapy, located right in the center of Wilmington at 1 Burlington Ave. Looking to recover from an injury and get back to your normal routine? White's Physical Therapy is out to provide personalized care that helps you return to what you like to do. You can call 978-658-5556 or online at whitesphysicaltherapy.com.
Okay, we're back for the top of the 6th inning. Tonight's game between the Dracut Middies and the Wilmington Wildcats. Still no score. Leading off for the Wildcats in the top of the 6th, Aaliyah Tang singled her first time up on a little, actually a pretty good ground ball down the third baseline. She reached the base right around the same time as the ball. Called strike 1. Tell you, both girls on the mound here have been very, very strong. Infield all playing in here. She puts a little bunt down the third baseline, and she's called. Okay, I guess it was an out. Umpire made kind of a funny call over there, but nice play by the shortstop, Kayla Tyler. Brings up Emily Wright, the designated player, batting for Gianna Brunetto. Ball's high. Just noticed on my scoreboard here, we're giving Kayla Tyler a lot of the credit for Sabrina Morse, Amy Lupien's play at shortstop. So try to get that squared away for the last 2 innings. White looks in for the pitch. Swing and a miss. So that's 2 out. Brings up Dana Goulet, the leadoff hitter. Pitch to Goulet is in there for called strike, 0-1. So far, the Wildcats only have 2 hits tonight, and one of them was a close call over at first base. Goulet lays down a bunt, throws pitcher. Oh, White makes a nice play, picks it up, throws Goulet out at first base. So the Wildcats are out in the top of the 6th inning. Still no score. Middy's ready to come up. So we're back ready for action here in the bottom of the 6th inning. No score between the Wildcats and the Middies. I will say whichever team ends up pulling out tonight's game, they're probably going to give Gloucester a run for their money in the next playoff game. Both teams have been very solid defensively. Both pitchers have been very strong. Once again, Wildcats coming in with a 7-game win streak, closing out the season. They've really peaked at the right time of the year. Dracut finished 15-5. Wildcats finishing 13-7 overall. So, catcher Sabrina Morse leads off for the Middies here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Pitch in there, strike 2 by Alley. Head on the count. Moore stands in, a little bit high and outside, ball 1. Looking ahead to the top of the 7th inning, the Wilmington will have the heart of the order up. 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Ball's pounded foul. Just wide of third base. Great play by one of the fans here in the stands. I wish Adam got that action. 0-2. And just outside. I believe it's 1-2 to Sabrina Morse. And the ball is hit deep into left field, and it's a foul ball. About 2 feet off the foul line. Ryan Bailey plays it out there. Close call for the Wildcats there. That was definitely at least 2 bases and maybe 3 down the line. So Morse turned well on that pitch. And it looks like Ryan's going to play it a little bit deeper out there in left field. Here's the pitch. And another close call, called a ball. Full count now, 3-2. And the pitch is grounded down the third base, picked up. Once again, a nice play by Adele Burton, throws over to first base for the putout. Score that one 5-3. And we continue along. Cleanup hitter, Riley White steps in. Boy, Adele Burton's been very solid at third base today. Made quite a few plays, including on a couple of foul balls. Ball one, we got timeout. Little meeting at the mound for the Wildcats. Okay, the meeting's over at the mound. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. Base is empty, 1 out, bottom of 6. Pitch is a little bit high, 2-0. White has popped out to the third baseman and then popped out to the pitcher. Popped out to the catcher. 3 balls, no strikes. And she laces it into left field, and Ryan Bailey takes it in. Nice play by Ryan. Playing in just the right place. Tricky time of night, kind of twilight. That was one of the most solid balls hit by the Middies so far tonight. Ryan Bailey, right place at the right time in left field. Looking up into the light tower. So 2 outs. And Kayla Tyler, number 26. The real third baseman is up. Fouled off. Oh, I guess that one hit her. So she takes a walk down to first base with 2 out. And we cycle around to the second baseman, Jill Gomes. So runner at first, 2 down. Bottom of 6, no score in Dracut. Got a timeout on the bench, a pinch runner gonna move in. It's like Sarah Picard is gonna run for Kayla Tyler. Allie's pitch is fouled off for strike 1. Looks like that one went off the catcher, the umpire, off the mask. Oh and 1. Batter calls timeout. Allie Moran looks in for the sign. Pitch is lined, it's popped up into center field, and it's going to be caught. Nice play by the center fielder, Kayla Burrell. So some great defense by the Wildcat outfielders in that inning. After 6 innings now, there's still no score going into the top of the 7th. The last regularly scheduled inning, regulation. Good D by the Wildcats as they come up to bat in the top of the 7th inning. Both pitchers still going strong. Once again, some other activities that WCTV will be covering. We'll be down during the 4th of July celebration at the end of June, first night. Won't be broadcasting live, but we'll be taking some video footage of some of the concerts on the Common, the cookouts, the different programs, and then certainly the fireworks, which will be coming up the first week of July. All the action starts, the carnival and all the other activities start Friday, June 29th, the Rotary Cookout, concert on the Common. Carnival's open. Hope you come out and join us. See what makes Wilmington such a special place during the 4th of July. Certainly wish the boys baseball team good luck in their game tomorrow afternoon. So the Wildcats are up. First batter for the Wildcats is Ryan Bailey. Ryan has struck out twice. He pops it up foul out of play behind the dugout on the third base side. Ryan made a great play on the line drive into the outfield in the bottom of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Mosquitoes starting to come out here in Dracut. They grow them very big up here, by the way. The closer you get to the New Hampshire border, the mosquitoes are bigger. Called strike 3 against Ryan Bailey. So that's her 3rd time tonight that White has struck her out. Brings up number 3 hitter Tony Karen, who had arguably the best hit for the Wildcats tonight, a double in the 1st inning over the head of the center fielder. Strike 1 called. Good solid play at first base tonight too for her. Pitch is grounded up the middle into center field for a base hit. So she's 2 for 3. And the Wildcats have some life here in the top of the 7th. Brings up their cleanup hitter, Ali Moran. Tony's going to be coming out for a conference. Okay, Coach Cabral-Pini going to discuss strategy here with 1 out, top of the 7th. The Wildcats can push a run across here. They only have to hold the middies in the bottom of the 7th inning and come away with a unsuspecting victory. So we'll see how things play out. Riley White is still very strong on the mound. That ball made it through the infield, got by the pitcher and went up through the middle. So she's still got a lot of gas left in the tank. Pitch is fouled off. Another insurance claim on the school. Oh, and 1 to Ali Moran. The pitch is a little bit inside. For the Wildcats will do anything they can to get their runner up to second base. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Popped up foul to the right, out of play. And up. A fumble by one of the fans, but he made a nice play. He made a nice play earlier in the game, so I'll cut him some slack on this one. Pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Allie K's for the 3rd time tonight. And brings up third baseman number 2, Adele Burton, who's had a great game at third. She has struck out and grounded out to the second baseman. And the ball 1. Must have been outside. Pitch is laced into center field for another base hit. Karen stops at second base. Base hit for Adele brings up Liz Gordon with 2 men on. The Wildcats are threatening here in the top of the 7th inning.
Come on, let's go. Come on, girls.
Liz has got her bat on the ball twice tonight. Grounded out to the shortstop and grounded out to the second baseman. We got a pinch runner going in, I think. Okay, I think if I'm watching this correctly, Jenna Sweeney has gone into pinch run for Tony Karen. And strike one is called. First time the Wildcats have had 2 hits in an inning tonight. Pitch is swung on and missed, strike 2. And the pitcher swung on a missed, strike 3. That ends the Wildcat rally. So after 6.5, going into the bottom half of the 7th inning, still no score. Wildcats nothing, Middies nothing. So we're back for the bottom half of the 7th inning. The end of regulation time here. Allie Moran continues to bedazzle the Middies on the mound. Wildcats maintain the defensive 9. And leading off for the Middies in the bottom of the 7th inning is Gabby Plouffe, the first baseman. Hitless so far tonight, 2 strikeouts. Ball's a little bit high and outside by Allie. Swung and grounded off to the third base side. One and one. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 and 2. And the pitch is fouled off. Got a little piece of it off the backstop. Count remains 1 and 2. Allie Moran's been pretty successful with her so far tonight. The pitch is swung on and missed on another changeup for the 3rd K tonight for her. Brings up the right fielder Isabel Page, number 7. Allie's also had some success with her tonight. 2 previous strikeouts. Pitch is kind of popped up, and it gets by the shortstop, Dana Goulet. Ball took a tricky bounce. So she's on with, not sure if we're going to, I guess we have to call that a hit. I don't think Dana was able to make a play on it. It kind of bounced by her, so we'll give her a base hit. Brings up Alicia O'Connell, left fielder. Singled back in the 3rd inning and then struck out in the 5th. We have 1 on, 1 out. Pitch is outside. High, ball 1. Squares around to bunt, pops it up, and it gets by, but it rolls foul. Luckily, they picked it up while it was still foul. Otherwise, that ball was about to roll fair, and we would have had 2 on with no out. 2 on with 1 out. So we're 1 and 1, 1 out, 1 on. Pitch, squares around to bunt again. She gets it, throws it to first base. Good play. Got 2 out now. Brings up the leadoff hitter, Nadia Sari, who was 3 for 3 tonight. 2 infield hits. Then she turned around and got a good hit out to right field in her last at bat. Runner in scoring position for the Middies. Important for the Wildcats to do whatever they can to keep that run from scoring. Allie backs off the rubber, calls timeout. Runner at second, 2 out. Bottom of 7, no score. And the pitch. A little bit outside, ball 1. Pitch is strike 1, 1 and 1. Still got some good steam on the ball. Pitch to Nadia is a little bit high again. Ball 2, 2 and 1. Middies have had chances during the game, but Allie's pitched out of it. Ball 3 now, 3 and 1.
One over. Come on, defense.
And it's a ground ball up the middle, played by Liz Gordon, throws to first base, and she got him. What a... Wow. I guess we won't be able to see that on replay until we get it into the studio, but that looked pretty close to me. So she beats it out to first base. The runner, Isabel Page, moves up to third base. So we're going to give Nadia credit for a 4 for 4 night. Certainly on her game tonight. So that leaves it all up to Amy Lupian, the shortstop. She's 0 for 3 tonight. Popped up to the shortstop. Fielder's choice. And then grounded out to the second baseman. Two out, 2 on. No score, bottom of 6. A little risky, but I wouldn't put it beyond the middies to try a squeeze bunt here to try to catch the Wildcats off guard. They've had some success with some of the small infield stuff. Alley looks in for the sign. Lupien at the plate waiting. The pitch. Strike one. Runner moves down to second base uncontested. That runner does not make a difference. The runner at third is the only one that counts right now. 0-1 on Lupien. Alley looks in. The pitch. A little bit low. 1-1. Pitch to Lupien. She swings and hits it foul off to the left side, third base side. Count is 1-2. Alley looks in. Lupien ready at the plate. The pitch is a little bit high. 2-2.
Put her away.
The pitch, and it's popped up into center field. It's going to drop, and that's going to win the game for the middies. A base hit into right center field by Amy Lupien. Wins the game 1-0 for the middies. So we want to congratulate Dracut on the victory tonight. They'll be going on to face Gloucester. The Wilmington girls put up a great fight tonight. No score into the bottom of the 7th inning when Dracut is finally able to squeeze a run across. So we want to congratulate Dracut. Give credit to the Wilmington girls for a game very well played. They hung tight. Allie played a great game. Great pitching tonight for the Wildcats and the middies. We want to thank you for joining us at WCTV. Come down and see us, 9 Waltham Street. Come down, volunteer, help us out. Get your kids' games covered. I want to thank you once again for joining us. Have a great summer. Hope you'll come and join us down the Common in a couple of weeks. And we look forward to seeing you again on Wildcat Sports. I'm Chris Neville for Larry Gordon, Adam Dusenberry, and all the staff at WCTV. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
Coverage of the spring sports season on WCTV is brought to you in part by our business partners, including the Self-Defense Institute, located at the MGM Plaza in Tewksbury, White's Physical Therapy, located on Burlington Ave, right in the center of Wilmington, and Lori Toll, an independent director with Pampered Chef. Online at pamperedchef.biz/Lori Toll.